Hi, I'm Kirsten Lund from collaborationschool.com, and I wanted to share another of the Collaboration in a Box cards. So here's the box. Collaboration is in it. It's empty right now. But what it has, when it's not empty, is this deck of cards. And I created this deck of cards based on 25 years of work as a conflict mediator. I took all of the workplace mediations that I have mediated in the last 25 years and taken all of the needs that I heard from everybody in conflict, put them all into a file and sifted and sorted and boiled it down to 51 needs that I think represent probably 95% or more of the needs that may come up in a workplace conflict. Why is that important? Why is that helpful? The reason we have conflict is because something someone else said or did or something in the environment isn't meeting our needs, or we're worried that our needs will not be met as a result, and so we have conflict. When we can figure out what our needs are and we can articulate that to other people, when we can understand what the needs are of other people that we're in conflict with are, that's what helps us to shift from conflict to collaboration. It's the secret ingredient for collaboration. So it's a skill that I teach. I've been teaching it for many years, but it's not the easiest skill to learn. It takes a long time to really master it. And I'm going to say that it took me years to master it. Not to say that if I try to teach you, it'll take you years, but it took me years to master it. And they're all really in this deck. And so taking the time to master it isn't quite as important when you have this deck of cards. So I just wanted to share one of the cards, make a positive impact. So this is something that has come up a lot, I think, in workplaces where people want to know that they're making an impact. They want to know that they're making a contribution. They want to know that the work that they're doing is something that actually is making a difference. And so you'll notice that there's some bullets there. What I have done, in addition to naming these 51 interests, I've also given you some language that you can use that will help you to articulate those needs to other people that you might be in conflict with. It's also an opportunity to articulate those needs within a team. So teams can use these cards as well to have conversation in a preventative way. So to talk about what are the values we have, what are the needs that we have to have met in order for us to feel like we've created the kind of work environment that will help us to bring our best selves to the work. This one often shows up there. So I'm just going to read you some of the phrases that I have on here that are samples of how you might articulate this need to others or to yourself. I want the work to benefit others. I want to make a valuable contribution. It's important to me to impact those we serve in a positive way. It's important to me to make a meaningful contribution. They may sound like they're the same, but they're just sort of variations on the same thing. I want to be a good partner to the community that we work in. There's lots of other ways to share that need or to articulate that need to others. But those are just some samples, some examples of how you might do that. So I'm doing some training coming up. I'm piloting some training that will teach people how to use these cards to prevent conflict, to prepare yourself to have a difficult conversation, maybe even just to do some reflection on your own about why something's upsetting you. They're really helpful in decision making. Maybe you're figuring out, should I be in this job? Should I leave? Sitting down with this deck of cards, you could really help yourself to identify, what are the needs that are not being met here? How could I get those needs met in this job or in this situation? Or do I need to look elsewhere to get those needs met? They're also really great, and I'm going to teach you how to use the cards for team conversations, for creating agreements as a team about how you want to work together, how you want to problem solve together, how you want to communicate together, so that you create the kind of work environment that helps you to thrive and make that meaningful contribution and be productive, and all the other needs that have to be met in order for people to be satisfied at work. So you can find more information at collaborationschool.com, and I can't wait to share this this deck of cards and the training that goes with them to the world, with the world. It's been something that's been in my brain for over a decade, and it's exciting that they're now in my hand.